The greatest space adventure on Earth is about to begin for your family, and it starts on Florida's Space Coast at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex.
And lift off.
For more than 2 decades, Space Shuttle Atlantis was one of the workhorses of NASA's shuttle fleet. It orbited the Earth over 4,000 times, traveled a distance more than 500 times the distance from the Earth to the Moon, and was the last space shuttle to put Americans in orbit. And now, you can go nose to nose with Space Shuttle Atlantis at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Space Shuttle Atlantis is the only shuttle on display in the world with its payload doors open, just like on its many missions, complete with a full-scale replica of the Hubble Space Telescope and a chance to learn about the shuttle program's 30-year history from a vantage point like no other. Train in the Astronaut Training Simulator area, featuring 21 consoles and interactive experiences that allow you to not only practice landing a space shuttle, but also take the controls and dock with the International Space Station. Once you've seen Space Shuttle Atlantis up close and completed your training, you'll be inspired and ready for the shuttle launch experience. Get ready to take the ride of your life and learn what it's like to launch in the shuttle. Climb on board and feel the rumble and shake as you go vertical and experience the feeling of what astronauts went through as they accelerated to 17,500 miles an hour on their 8.5-minute rocket ride to orbit. A veteran Space Shuttle commander guides you through the launch sequence and prepares you for this high-definition audio-visual simulation that is like no other. Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex is also the only place in the world where you can take a walk under the largest rocket ever built at the Apollo Saturn V Center. The Saturn V was one of the most powerful rockets ever built. It was the machine that took 12 astronauts to the moon, including Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, preparing mankind for the journey to Mars and beyond. Want to experience and feel the moon for yourself? You can see and touch an actual moon rock brought back by the Apollo astronauts. Ever wanted to see behind the scenes at Kennedy Space Center? Take one of the many exclusive bus tours and go where most humans have never been, and time travel to the early days of the space program and take a peek at the future of space exploration. There is simply no better way to get a glimpse of Kennedy Space Center than with their bus tours. Kennedy Space Center is home to some of the largest movie screens in the world with their twin IMAX theaters. The IMAX screens provide you a 5-story cinematic 3D experience of space like no other, shot by astronauts. With IMAX, you'll leave the Earth without even leaving your seat. And you never know who you'll come into contact with at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. It could be one of the astronauts that flew on Space Shuttle Atlantis, giving you the chance to ask that one question about space travel you've always wondered about. The greatest space adventure on Earth is about to begin. Make plans for your family to be a part of it at Florida's Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex.